Hello everyone, back again for another how-to for our Who's Do. This time we're going to touch a little bit on, actually a lot of it, on how to enter a breeding as well as update breeding results. So to enter a breeding, you're on your main screen here. It shows already who I have bred and do. So to enter a breeding, click our breedings tab, click add breeding, and then you can pick a doe. We're gonna go with Rainberry and a buck. We're gonna go with Lance, and then you pick a date bred. We're actually going to go back a little bit so we can use this to show you also how to update stuff. Click that. Now, optional fields, if you remember, I was talking about these in the notifications video. Palpitation, we have it set for 14 days. That is a good time to palpate because the babies are big enough that you can feel them, but they're not so big that you're making mom super uncomfortable. And 2 weeks is like a perfect halfway point to get a better idea of how she's doing. And then for weaning, for my Netherlands, I like to wean about 5 weeks roughly. Also depends on the individual baby. Obviously, if you have one that's a little bit smaller, that one kind of hangs out with mom for a little bit. Now processing, obviously, I don't process my Netherlands because they're really not big enough for that. But if it was a breed such as a Satin, a Californian, a New Zealand, here is where you set the how many weeks after they're born that you want them to be the notification to come in. A lot of the times we use between 10 and 12 weeks, depends on the breed. I am not, however, going to do that for this breeding. So now we're going to go ahead and save that. So, okay. So in here, let me go back. Okay, so to edit breedings, you click on the one you want to edit. So we're going to go up here to this top one, which is the one I just entered. Now, for the sake of saying, obviously, it's going to be all kind of skewered, but we're going to put down that she had the babies today and say she had 4, right? And then as of right now, there are currently 4 alive. We don't know whether they are bucks or does at this time, what colors they had. She has 2 that are broken. She has 1 Charlie, and 1 solid. Whoops, because I can spell. All right. And then she has 1 peanut. Now, for those of you who aren't sure what a peanut is, when you're dealing with the smaller breeds like Netherlands, I believe Dwarf Otos, even mini Satins, they have they can have peanuts, which are super, super tiny, tiny babies. They do not grow. And unfortunately, a lot of them don't survive past a few days because they can't suckle. So I like to keep track of the peanuts so that I know if I'm consistently getting them through a specific breeding, so that I know not to do that breeding anymore. So once you have all of this, you can click save. Now, one of the things that we want to let you know is you can update the breeding results at any time. While the doe is still due, it'll show on the main screen, and you can tap on it like I showed you to bring up the breeding results screen to enter any of the results. If it's not on the main screen, you can tap the breedings menu and update breedings results. On the breeding results screen, select the doe and then select the breeding you want to update. Make sure to populate at least the date born, number born, and number alive. If the app thinks none of the litter is alive or it was a missed litter, it won't show on the weaning or processing tabs on the main screen. If it actually was a missed litter, there is a switch right here to click. Okay, and it will tell this that it's a missed litter and there won't be any notifications. The number alive is the number alive at birth at first. As the litter grows, it needs to be updated if for any reason she has lost any of the babies. So say a couple weeks from now, although she had 4 born, the little Peanut did not make it, so now there's 3 alive. Also, after a few weeks when their color starts coming in, you can also update their colors. So then say she had a chestnut and a black were the colors that she produced. And then here is where you can check whether she had how many bucks, how many does she had. By keeping the number alive updated, at the end of it, the number alive should equal the number weaned. By keeping this updated, it makes the survival rate and the statistics a little more accurate, so that you can then see exactly what percentage of kits a doe has successfully raised to weaning. So after you get all this filled out, you can go ahead and click save. It will remove her off the litters due and put her on the weaning page. And then you'll be able to, you can even from here, like I just did, you can go in here by clicking on the doe and update it at any time. If for some reason, say right before weaning, something happened and you ended up losing all the babies, you can mark that 0 were alive, and then it'll go from there. All right, guys, hopefully that was kind of helpful for you to figure out how to update breedings and add breedings. As always, if you have any questions, please let us know. Contact information is in the details of this video below. Again, this is Crystal from Cherokee Flats, wishing you all a great day.